LaShawn, today we are going to talk about some more shipping. Last time we talked about international shipping. It was focused mostly on international shipping. This time we want to focus more on the domestic side and mention a few things that we didn't mention in our international shipping video. We're going to talk about our experience with domestic shipping here in Ecuador. We've ordered a few things here domestically, and typically from our experience, whenever we order something from a department store or a website here in Ecuador, it usually comes from somewhere else. We live in Salinas, so it may come from Guayaquil or Quito or something like that. I happened to order a battery backup, and it came from the website Computron, and it was pretty seamless. Went on there and found the one I wanted, ordered it, they confirmed it. A few days later, it was at our address. And it was just as seamless as anything you'd order anywhere else in the world, as far as we could tell.
I placed an order with Pika. There were some issues because my smaller items did come in, I would say like within 3 days, but the appliance took almost a week and a half to come. And I had to keep contacting customer service to find out when it was going to be shipped, when was I going to get a tracking number. So, and I can only do that through the chat system. And so through the chat system, it's very difficult because you got to translate what they're saying, and then you got to translate what you're saying if you're not fluent in Spanish. And so it was a lot of going back and forth. Eventually, I was not getting any type of tracking or when that item was going to be delivered. And so I had to request to speak to a supervisor, and that was still a wait. And so after that, I just requested to get a refund. Well, lo and behold, the item shipped 2 days later. Go figure. So it just depends on what you're ordering. Now, the item that I wanted from Pika was not at the mall, so that's the reason why I ordered it online. Now they have a bigger store now in Salinas. We haven't been there, so I haven't had a need for anything, so we'll see.
As you can see, we've had a mixed bag of experience with domestic shipping. But from what I can tell, generally speaking, things don't happen like that. I will say that if there is an issue, it is a little bit harder to get it resolved. There doesn't seem to be much of a sense of urgency. It happened with my helmet, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. When
I ordered a helmet for our scooter, there was a whole issue with that, and just getting it taken care of was a pain. I eventually just got a completely different helmet, and I finally got that one. Every avenue that we went through, just nothing was working. So yeah, there can be a few issues, but for the most part, you can pretty much order something here domestically and reliably get it.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Like you can order it at a Fabeka, one of the pharmacy stores, or Medicity if they have a website. Now that's the thing. A lot of pharmacies may not have a website. Some restaurants may not have a website. If they have online ordering, you can place an order. Now, I haven't done where you place an order and pick it up. No, I haven't done that.
Have we?
Have you done an order where you
Placed it online and picked up?
Yeah. I don't think so.
Good question. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. I know we've placed orders and had it delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and like you were saying, previously we ordered internationally from Amazon. Now, we did find, I would say, 2 sites that do international shipping.
So there are a couple sites that if you have to get that Amazon itch, Tienda Mia. So one of the sites when we were talking about international shipping in the last video that we didn't mention was Tienda Mia. And Tienda Mia is a pretty big one here. It is directly linked to Amazon. And as you can see, you can select Amazon, Macy's, and eBay. You just register an account the same way you would Amazon, and you put in your country, and Tienda Mia services a bunch of Latin American countries. You basically, you register, you put in your address just like you would with Amazon, and you type in whatever you're looking for. So let's say you're looking for tools, I can click here. And the thing that you need to know is that you hit the see more, you will usually see if this item is available to be sent to Ecuador or to your address from Amazon. Sometimes these items won't be available, and it will say down here that this item just isn't available. So you want to make sure you check that. We have used Tienda. We haven't gotten our order just yet, but it seems to have gone pretty smoothly so far. They give you updates along the way when it hits customs and so forth. From what we know and our friends who've used it, it does seem like a pretty good option, and you don't have to pay the exorbitant shipping fee that you would pay directly through Amazon. There's a caveat to that, and I will explain that in the shipping costs along with the 4x4 system here.
Category B, 4x4. Packages whose weight is less than or equal to 4 kilograms and whose FOB value is less than or equal to $400 of the United States of America, USD 400, or its equivalent in another currency, provided that they are merchandise for non-commercial purposes. To qualify for this category, the value and weight characteristics must be presented simultaneously. The recipient must present the customs declaration along with the corresponding supporting and accompanying documents according to the current legal regulations. Important note: in accordance with the provisions of COMEX Resolution 008-2022 for Category B, recipients may only use this category for a maximum of $1,600 in each fiscal year. For fiscal year 2022, the limit of $1,600 FOB value will apply to imports made between May 16, 2022 and December 31st, 2022. Category C, 100 kilos, $5,000. These are all packages weighing up to 100 kilograms and up to USD 5,000 that do not fall into any other category. Value and weight characteristics must be presented simultaneously with the exception of samples without commercial value. Textiles and footwear are not included in this category. Cell phones only for natural persons with a national Ecuadorian identity document. They may import up to 1 new unit cell phone per fiscal year. When it comes to spare parts for the industry or for means of transportation urgently required, a weight of no more than 200 kilograms will be admitted in that category, provided that its value does not exceed $5,000 or equivalent in another currency. The limitations on the value and weight of the goods indicated in the preceding paragraph are accepted when their number does not exceed 10 units, considering for these purposes as a unit including sets or kits in accordance with the tariff clarification rules. This category does pay taxes. I will attach the chart.
There's another site called Yesta. Has similar vibe. Maybe not as many items, but you do save on the shipping cost.
So here you have Yesta. I think Yesta is similar to Tienda, but it's very limited. The items here, it shows you right here whether or not it's applies to the 4x4, deferred if you want to use debit, whatever your options are for paying. You can pay through PayPal, I think, but you can use a credit card as well. It also shows you that this is an Amazon choice, but the items here are limited. It's not as big as Tienda. It definitely would tell you whether or not if it's able to be shipped or if it's available. In my research for looking at some online sites, I came across a couple of sites, well, a few sites that deals with home goods.
The first site that we're going to take a look at is Commendato. It's one of those sites where you can get a lot of different home goods, electronics, appliances. So you can see here, you got televisions, they have air conditioning, things of that nature, almost like a Best Buy, sort of. But just looking over it, it may be a place that we might want to check out. But as you can see, they have cell phones, computers, all types of stuff.
So the next one would be Crecos. It formerly was Creditos Económicos. So now it's Crecos. And it's similar to the first site. You can order refrigerators, stoves, air conditions, different things for your home. They have different brands over here on the side. With this, you can either pay with cash or credit, or you can apply for an in-store credit card.
And they have a lot of different items. This is the place where we got our scooter, just to give you an idea of the many different things they sell here. As you can see, you have scooters, tires, helmets.
And different brands of scooters that you may be interested in.
You can get a scooter and a coffee pot in the same place.
So if you're interested, there is another site that is through the Mi Commissariato. But if you want to order online, you have
Frequento, and I hope I'm saying that right. Someone please correct me. But if you want to order
stoves,
online.
Online. When you order online, this is where it takes you to. And you can see here fans, gas cylinders, air fryers, all of these things. And please look at the cost, because a fan right now is $29. Elsewhere, we saw fans with like $49 to $59.
Yeah, just like a regular old fan. For whatever reason, they're expensive.
So next, we're going to go to Pika. And of course, Pika has various home goods, as you can see, for your house and outdoors.
Yeah. Pika has a little bit of everything. Electronics, appliances, furnishings. You can get a sofa, you can get decorations for your home, toys.
It supplies everything
Yeah.
pretty much you need for your house.
Yeah, in the two locations here are, they're pretty compact. So, but they do carry a lot of items.
And so, sweetheart, we're gonna go to
Artefacta,
Artefacta.
another home goods and appliance store that
And-
sells a lot of things.
So if you're looking for a toaster oven, storage units, all of these things is here. Now, if you've been looking for underwear clothing, I have found a site that's similar to Hanes, and I will show you what Hanes has and what Ecuador, the version of a Hanes in Ecuador. So now we are on Leonisa. And you have, for women, you have different items, swimsuits, sports items, leggings, tops. They also have clothing and fashion, jeans, slacks, dresses. When I was saying about Hanes, Hanes does ship to Ecuador.
So this is the Hanes US website. As LaShawn said, Hanes does now ship to Ecuador. I'm not sure what the shipping costs are for these items. It may cost you just as much to ship it as to buy it, but it is an option. If for whatever reason you only buy Hanes and you can't find them where you are here, you can always order online from the US and get them sent directly here.
So let's just say you want to order this, add to the bag, and let's see. So as you can see, the shipping costs just as much as the item. So
Only worth it if you really want those type of underwear.
now it says duty and taxes unpaid. I don't know if that's going to be added in at the end, but as of right now, that is your shipping cost, and apparently I would say taxes have not been included. Now, for everyone who loves Avon, Ecuador does have a site for Avon. If you miss your skin so soft, if you miss your hand cream or any of the products that you love from Avon, there is a site that ships in Ecuador. And you have your catalog just the same as you would order, as you would have ordered from the States. You will find a representative, or you can go online and order whatever item you're looking for.
So from what we can tell, the major grocery stores in Ecuador typically do offer some kind of delivery service. One that we see quite often at Supermaxi is called Tipti, and you'll see the workers just all over the store purchasing items and delivering them to customers. So that is an option. I'm not sure what the other options are, maybe in other cities. Tipsy's the only one that I think we see here in Salinas. There may be another one.
It may be another one,
Yeah.
but I can't remember the name of it, but
Right.
we see Tipsy the most.
Yeah. For restaurant delivery, there's, and I'm gonna say this wrong, but Petit Dos Ya.
Petit Dos Ya, real hard.
Yeah.
The emphasize on the ya.
on it. But it's a Latin American company. We actually used them when we were in Panama. Just like Uber Eats or DoorDash, same type of system. They deliver from everywhere, and pretty much almost every restaurant here delivers. You can get anything you want, honestly.
So with everything you've seen, do you think it's worth it? You know, depending on what you're ordering, depending on the shipping cost, do you think it's worth it? What are your thoughts?
Well, like you said, it kind of depends. So if there are things that you need and want, and you live somewhere like where we do, some of those things just aren't available. There are stores that just aren't here. But if you live somewhere like Cuenca, Quito, Guayaquil, those things might be readily available. So you might say to yourself, well, why do you feel like you need to use this service or that one? Well, like I said, some of those things just aren't available here. So ordering something is really convenient for us because it's just so much more convenient than driving 2 hours or 2.5 hours to Guayaquil to find that item, because it's going to cost us to get there. And I'm like, you know what? The shipping cost is negligible. It might be a couple dollars to have something shipped from Guayaquil to your doorstep. So it's just much more cost effective for us to do that.
And not only that, like he said, some things that we get are from Quito, you know, not just Guayaquil.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if we got anything from Cuenca, but if that option is available, it is definitely beneficial to order it online versus traveling 4 to 5 hours to pick it up, or flying to Quito to get it, then try to figure out how to get it back.
Right.
In your luggage.
Yeah.
So those options are there, and like you said, it can be beneficial at times, then other times it may not. It just depends. And how much do you need? For us, we're just trying to order things that we feel that we really need, and not always what we want, because I don't want to get back in that stage of buying, because I love to shop, and so therefore I have to have some type of limitations on myself to avoid that.
Yeah. Those are our little tips and advice, and hopefully it helps someone.
Yes.
If you like what you've seen, hit the like button somewhere down here. Hit subscribe, share the video, come back for more.
Check out our merch store.
Yep. So thanks again, and we will see you next time.
Bye.